Ooh, map. Oh boy, moving a whole 2 inches on the map.
Oh boy. This game's favorite. I haven't gone into that bit yet, but I think that's what's loading for me right now. Oh boy, you've got another ad.
Oh
I
no.
remember the silence. How the talking stopped when we first set foot on the plains of Yanxia. Before us stood yet another wall, and through a great Magitech field we glimpsed Doma Castle. I'll never forget the sight.
Are we in China now?
Or the anger I felt that day.
I think this is still Japan.
Really?
Maybe?
I mean, the name of it seems like it's
Life,
meant to be Chinese. The architecture looks like
so
it's meant to be
much lost.
Chinese.
So much taken. As we walked through
The
that
landscape
war-torn land,
reminds me of,
no one said
you
a
know,
word.
stereotypical kung fu movies.
No, but yeah, the Doma is where all the samurai and ninja are.
Well, the whole thing is like a mix of the cultures, which I
Yeah,
find
that's fair.
interesting. But I think this area is supposed to be very specifically Chinese. And who knows, maybe they're not samurai in the Japanese.
Who knows?
The Japanese?
Yes, this is far enough. Ere we proceed further, I should speak of Yanxia and what became of her. Of what lies beyond that great wall at the heart of Doma. And we should be glad to hear it, but is it wise for us to have this conversation here, on the road, out in the open? Once your caution would be warranted, but no longer. Xenos did not linger after he crushed the rebellion. He appointed Yanxia to act in his stead and quit these lands for fresh sport. The acting viceroy was no merciless than her master. Without warning, her men would march into villages and search for radical elements, killing and torturing any who dared resist. And then, as quickly as they come, they left. Yeah, you got battle music interfering.
Sorry.
How dare you?
I've completely ruined your stream. All of your subscribers are unsubscribed now.
Oh no. Satisfied that the memory of the purges would keep people in line, she relaxed her grip from Yanxia. What need for the leash when the dog is broken? The village of Namai lies to the west, though I doubt the Imperials are present. Let us proceed with caution.
This is definitely China. I mean, look at that fucking tiger.
Yeah, good point. There she is, the humble village of Namai. How delicious her rice, how sweet her persimmons. Too long has it been since I saw her with my own eyes, and for a mercy, the Imperials appear to be absent. Let no man claim that I am reckless. Prudence has never been my watchword. Green, venture closer if you would, and confirm that there are no soldiers lurking about. I don't know why we're staring at a wall, but okay.
You know, that's the best way to look for soldiers. Just look straight at the wall. They might Kool-Aid man at any moment.
We may be in luck. I don't see a single Imperial soldier.
That makes sense.
Then there is no need to remain hidden. Let us go and greet them as friends.
I'm going too.
something going wrong in 5, 4, 3.
Good people of Namai, hearken to me. We come in peace and desire only information to learn of recent events.
Isn't that the general?
Lord Gosetsu, Kami preserve your right. He lives.
I say, brothers and sisters, is aught amiss? Why do you regard me as one with a wild beast? Why is there fear in your eyes? Why do you tremble so?
You know him by name, even.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, but of course, you fear me a vengeful spirit of the dead. Rest assured, naught could be further from the truth. For am I not corporeal? Are my feet not firmly set upon the ground?
What should we do? If they catch him here, you know what will happen.
Of all the times for him to turn up, has the old fool lost his mind?
You! But why have you come here? What do you want from us?
I know not who you are to speak thus to your elders, boy, but mine only desire is to be received with the hospitality owed a humble traveler, not the fear and trepidation one might afford a wrathful shade.
What? What you going on about? Actually, never mind. Just come with me, now!
Hey, welcome to over here.
Yep.
He teleported us a whole 20 feet away.
So far away.
I don't know who you people think you are, but do you have any idea what would happen if you were found in our village? Again, you address us with unwarranted spite. I have let your impropriety pass until now, but no longer. Who are you, boy, to speak to me thus? Know you not who I am? I am Issei of Namai, a farmer like my father before me and his father before him. I wouldn't expect a man like you to know who I am. But I know you. We all do. Lord Cayenne's retainer and leader of the rebellion, Gosetsu. Notorious fugitive, wanted dead or alive by the Empire. Is that what this is all about? I am hardly the first man to earn the ire of the Empire, nor will I be the last. Was not Namai home to brave and true warriors who fought beneath banners for king and country? They fought and they died, every last one. And then the Imperials came looking for more because of them. They were this close to killing us all, to burning our village to the ground. We've only just begun to enjoy some semblance of peace. Never again. Never again do you understand. We've had enough of you and yours. Whatever it is you're plotting, leave us out of it. Impassioned as his pleas may be, surely he must know that I cannot leave things as they are. But for now, I shall respect his wishes. We must continue on towards our final destination, the House of the Fierce, proud headquarters of the Doma Liberation Front. There is a secret entrance to the north of Namai, by way of a small spring. Come, I will show you.
He's gonna show us by wandering off and just leaving a place on the map for us to find.
That's fine. We have a map and we can't get lost. Unless if you don't know how to read a map, in which case, good luck to you. Random fisherman over there.
Well, now I'm curious, because you talked to him.
This way, this way. We must dive into the water. Have no fear, Green. It is but a short distance. You need not hold your breath for long. It's okay, we got that magic that lets us breathe underwater.
Yep. He seems pretty exhausted. For such a short swim, as he put it.
Maybe he's not much of a swimmer. How invigorating! Congratulations, my friends! You are come to the House of the Fierce.
Question is this next cutscene going to give us voice acting or not?
We'll see. You are Green Slime, are you not? We were told of your coming. Heroes of Eorzea, we of the Doma Liberation Front are honored to receive you, if you would be so good as to follow me. Oh, they haven't even got their Aetheryte set up.
This is the House of the Fierce. But there are so few of them.
Many kindred spirits remain in hiding following the rebellion. Many others gave their lives for their nation. We are the stubborn remainder. Even accounting for our comrades in the field, we are at a fraction of our former strength, 'tis true. Yet we few are patriots. Brothers in arms, prepared to fight with every fiber of our being to set our people free.
Ever are we hopeful that others will join our cause, but never did I dream that you would journey so far.
Yukiri! Gods, it's good to see you. You look great, by the way. Have you been here long?
So we
I
found
returned here
her.
recently, having concluded my mission. Oh, it is good to see you again, my friends.
Did I hear aright? Your mission is concluded? Then you have found the young master.
Ere we speak of that, I would know by what fortuitous circumstance our friends came to be here.
Well, first I learned how to be a ninja.
The Empire's crimes are all too familiar. Lys, my heart goes out to your people.
We wanted to stay and fight, believe me, but we knew it wouldn't work. We needed more time to rebuild, and more allies to stand with us against the Empire. So we decided to come here and help you free Doma. To show everyone that you're not alone, and that the Garleans can be beaten if we work together. I'd like to think we proved that in the Ruby Sea.
That you did, Lys, and far more besides. Needless to say, your assistance would be most welcome.
Hear, hear. Now then, Yugiri, you must tell me of your search for our master.
Lest you wonder, he speaks of Lord Hien, son of Lord Cayenne, who perished during the rebellion. When it became clear that all hope of victory had gone, Lord Hien bade us deliver as many of our people as we could to safety beyond our borders. But as his father's heir, he was determined to fight on, and so he did, until he suffered a grievous wound in battle and vanished without a trace. Until now. For I have found Lord Hien, seen and spoken with him, on the Azim steppe.
O boundless and merciful Kami, the young master lives. Tell me, was he well? Did his wound yet ail him? Where is he now? Have you brought him back to us?
You may take comfort in the knowledge that he is hale and whole. However, When I invited him to return with me to Doma, he had this to say. If Doma yet thirsts for the blood of patriots and tyrants, I shall offer unto her my blade. But if she has had her fill of bitter draughts, I shall offer unto her conquerors my head. Thrice did I declare to him that no true son or daughter of Doma would ever accept such a sacrifice. But for all my passion, he would not be swayed. Learn the truth of her heart and return to me, he said. And so I left him.
The words of one made to wear the mantle of leadership too soon. Yet there is wisdom in them all the same. If the people no longer yearn to be free, 'twould be folly to rekindle the fires of war.
To suffer our master, to surrender his life and forsake all hope of freedom is by far the greater folly. I will not go to face my fallen comrades having done naught to stop it.
Nor I, Shadow Walker, nor I. But we need not rouse our comrades to battle this day. Let us instead welcome our honored guests and allow them a moment of respite.
As you can see, they went to great lengths to disable the Aetherite. Apparently, in the twilight days of the rebellion, they feared that Xenos would be willing to risk sending unattuned conscripts. That said, it is hardly irreversible. They have the necessary materials. It would be a challenge to repair it alone, but maybe with my brother's help.
Oh, guess there is a quest line for that, huh?
You should hear this, Green. He was just telling me about the Xenos and the rebellion. What you have to understand that it is not a simple matter of numbers. The bulk of the 12th never even took the field. It was Xenos stratagems that won the war. They were unlike anything we had ever seen. These formations were unorthodox, bewildering. We honestly thought we had on the back foot. On one moment we were pressing home our advantage, the next we were surrounded and at his mercy. And then he stood before us, his cornered prey, alone and unarmed. He beckoned us to come forward and fight for our lives. One by one, my comrades charged, fearless and unflinching. He would dance amidst their blades at a time and then draw close, as if to embrace. One after another, made us watch. Do you understand? He made us watch. What kind of a monster enjoys killing people? I do not think there was any joy in it, nor justice, nor morality, nor meaning. To him, the weight of one life is no different from that of 1,000. A challenge had been issued and was accepted, but on finding us no challenge at all, his objective changed. There were tales of Imperial soldiers being flayed for slaughtering families, for breaking brave men's spirits. Only later did I come to understand why. He did not desire obedience, he desired hate, and men consumed by it. A new battle, new enemy, new challenge. The hunt, I am told he called it. A hunt without end. And when all our best lay dead and broken, he left. He left, muttering what we had bored him. But our weapons, at least, held his interest. For he took his fallen samurai sword, having grown fond of it. Since that day, he has ever wielded Far Eastern blades. He is said to be fascinated by ones with storied histories, and so soldiers who seek to curry his favor often present those of defeated enemies as gifts. It's like it's all a game to him. People are suffering, dying, and he's collecting swords. We all feel the same, but my lady, you must understand. On the battlefield, reasons do not matter. The victor is not the just, but the strong. and the strong become the heroes of the tale. We were not strong enough. It is not sufficient to be right, to be just. Without strength, our path has but one end. All this is telling me that Xenos is a weeaboo.
Pretty much.
He has his own katana collection.
Soon he's going to have a fedora.
Oh no. Mayhap a brief respite is in order. Were I 20 years younger, these wounds would not warrant a second glance. Alas, no samurai has the strength to defeat that villain old age. But what say you to the House of the Fierce? Compared to your Rising Stones, I concede it may seem somewhat lacking. But it has been a haven these past 10 years to all who would set Doma free. Regrettably, our efforts in that time have come to a little and less. When the Emperor died, we were so sure the hour of our liberation was at hand. But Zedo soon put a pay to that, and the aid of Yotsuyu and the secrets she sold. Green, I do hope you have taken this opportunity to rest and recover. It is well that you spoke with one of the survivors of that massacre. To defeat one's foe, one must first understand his true nature. As the Alamegan resistance has struggled, so too has the Doman Liberation Front. More so, perhaps, given the precarious position in which we find ourselves in the wake of our doomed rebellion. We are few, and our enemies legion. We are weak and they strong. Yet with your help, I believe that there is little we cannot achieve. I only hope the death of our predicament has not shaken your commitment to our cause. Never! Victory will be ours! Aye, that it will. With the hero of Eosia on our side, we cannot lose. Kiri would like to have a word with you. Now then, I should be glad to discuss our next course of action. Though now that I think on it, I myself have been away from Doma for some time, and even after my return, the search for Lord Hien commanded my full attention. Mayhap it would be both to our benefit if we were to see the reality of Doma for ourselves. Or did my lord not bid me to learn the truth of her heart? Let us do this together, Green. Let us go among the people and with our own eyes bear witness to their hardship. As a foreigner in these lands, your reputation does not precede you. Moreover, unlike Gosetsu, I can accompany you without attracting unwanted attention. I'd like to join you if that's alright. By all means. We should be glad of your company and your perspective. Namai is not far. I say we begin there. Ah, Green. I'm glad to see that you too have put thought into your garments given the covert nature of our activities. Yes, this is definitely not what I wear all the time.
Apparently she's saying that to me too, even though I'm not a ninja.
I should think my reason's obvious. To enter the village while wearing the garb of the shinobi would be beyond reckless, though you may tempt fate if that is your wont. We shall pose as traveling merchants, Green as our leader, and we as his assistants. Are there any objections? I'm not really the merchant type, but if you think this is the best way to go about it, I'll trust you. Then, without further ado, let us begin. Weren't you the one who came with a general? No? I see, my mistake. It warms my heart to see traveling merchants in Namai again, though the Imperials never sealed our borders. Looks like you have taken to avoiding Yanxia ever since the rebellion. Unfortunately, that has made it only harder for us to survive. You may have noticed, but we lack We have lacked for a great many things. It was not much better before, true, but it has only gotten worse.
Oh.
You, a merchant. Forgive my skepticism, but you strike me less of a man of commerce and more a common sellsword.
I mean,
What?
like you kind of are.
No, I mean the option that comes up after you talk.
Yeah. Give your best impression of Hancock.
Yeah. That does little to assuage my doubts. If anything, it makes me clutch my coin purse tighter. Aw. So I can't give my best impression of Hancock. Unfortunate. I stand corrected. Such a warm and cordial nature you possess. I pray you forgive me my earlier rudeness. It has been some time since the viceroy came to our village to purge it of insurgents. Those who resisted suffered terribly, and those who did not fared little better. We who remain know better to risk our ire. If the Imperials demand laborers, we comply. If they demand conscripts to send their soldiers to other provinces, we obey. Ours is a difficult life, with little in the way of luxuries. I know not what you sell, merchant, but I doubt that I, or anyone else here, can afford it. A traveling merchant? With meat, perchance? Ah, better not to know when I have so little coin. I feel your eyes upon me.
True furry.
Yep. You know not the Lupin. Surely you have not been long in Yanxia, else you would. Generations we served the lords of Doma, compassionate and wise as they were, but the memories of such times fade with every passing day, as others will tell you. Foreign peddlers and Namai, whatever it is you sell, I have no money to buy. Perhaps you should go elsewhere. Saying that, I know no village in Yanxia has fared any better. Once I would have directed you to the samurai lords of Monzen. Had they not all died in battle or in the purges? There is the Doma Enclave, of course, but that lies beyond the Dairyu Moon Gates. Needless to say, the Imperials are disinclined to let any but their own pass.
West that unlocks stuff to the north.
Oh, probably some aether currents.
Yep, let's see.
Green,
Yep, aether currents.
what have you learned? Lise and I encountered much of the same. They have been pushed beyond the brink. I expected frustration and disillusionment, but not so much that they would come to question the wisdom of opposing Imperial rule in the first place. Unless we can convince them otherwise, I fear I cannot convince Lord Hien to return, and without him... Let us not yet lose hope. Though the situation in Namai is bleak, mayhap it is not so elsewhere. I wish to speak with others outside the village. Lise and I will look for farmers in the paddies to the east. Green, I ask that you look to the south. Surely they cannot all have given in to despair.
So what is your dust field thing you do?
Oh, it passive damage in the area and slows enemies
cool.
down. It's Doton. Earth Jutsu. Thank you. If you hadn't come along, I don't know what I would have done. What am I doing out here? Oh, looking for flowers. I need some for my parents' graves. The ones my brother and I usually bring are yellow because it was my mother's favorite color. You haven't seen any, have you? Only yellow ones will do. Mother wouldn't have wanted anything else. Yellow wildflowers. An assortment of yellow wildflowers, perfect for any number of joyful or somber occasions. Handpicked by you.
Yep.
Ah, you found some! Thank you so much, sir. That's twice you've saved me now. If you have some time to spare, maybe you could come with me? I'm sure Mother and Father would want to meet the man who showed me such kindness. We buried him on a cliff west of the village. There's a path through the terraces, I'll show you. We're here. Just give me a moment to put down the flowers and I'll introduce you. Ooh, cutscene. they love to meet travelers and hear tales of faraway places. Maybe you could tell them one about your homeland? Azami! Azami, are you there? Azami! What in the... You should not be here! Get away from my sister! Don't be rude! He saved me from monsters, brother. He even helped me pick flowers for mother and father. Go back to the village. Now. You're scaring me. I say go! Stay inside and lock the door until I return. Don't think me ungrateful. My sister's the only family I have. If you saved her, then thank you. But it changes nothing. I asked you to leave, and now I'm asking you again. I'm not going to report you to the Imperials or anything stupid like that, but it's too dangerous for you to stay here. So please, I'm begging you, just leave us alone. She said your parents were buried here. So she told, did she? Yes, that's right. My mother and father believed in the rebellion. They left to fight for Lord Cayenne. Came home on a cart driven by Imperial soldiers. The soldiers demanded that the families of the insurgents present themselves, or else they'd burn a whole village to the ground. So we did. What choice did we have? They beat us in the village square, with their hands, with sticks, with anything. They kicked us while we lay on the ground, begging for mercy. They made us denounce my mother and father, called them fools, called them traitors, say they deserved to die. I heard them laugh, but I dared not look up. One leaned close and whispered in my ear what he'd do to my sister if they had to come back. They're gone, but they're never far. All it takes is a wrong word in the wrong ear and they'll return. And then I'll have to dig another grave, if I'm lucky. Whatever you came here to do, leave us out of it. If you want to fight the Imperials, go and fight them on your own. You can't help us. No one can. And this is all we got, so please, don't take it from us. Click. Click. You have come at a good time, Green. We but recently completed our inquiries. What of yours? I was not aware of these events. The boy, Issei, he told you all of this. Such disgraceful, despicable crimes. If I knew the men responsible, I would not hesitate to hunt them down and... Forgive me, that outburst was unbecoming. The more I learn of the Imperial's actions in my absence, the more difficult I find it to marshal my emotions. Could Lord Hien have foreseen this? That our people's spirits would be broken so? Though at first I scoffed at his pronouncement, it feels all too possible now that he might resolve to surrender himself. Despite everything we have seen and learned, I refuse to renounce this cause. We should return to the House of the Fierce and consult with our comrades. Perhaps together we might... Did you hear that? Quickly, we must find a place to hide.
I love how you're actually hiding and I'm not. Sorry, I didn't mean to get my chocobo in your way.
No, you're fine.
Ooh, are those Steen's buns?
No, they look like persimmons.
Not as cool. Like, persimmons are fine.
But at least they're the round persimmons and not the pointed persimmons.
Never heard of pointed ones. I don't like fresh persimmons though, but dried ones okay.
Fresh it really depends on how ripe they are. Like if you eat an unripe persimmon, it feels like everything in your mouth is just like sticking to itself. Ugh. Not like...
I've had it in multiple ways. I just don't like the taste of it. The texture definitely not as much. Definitely dried persimmons are the best way to eat them, but still not my favorite.
It depends. Sometimes you just get a craving for it.
Well, not for me. But I also didn't grow up with them.
Why are you milling about like a pack of slack-jawed mongrels? Form a line! Now! Finally. I come before you today to deliver an announcement of the highest import. So listen well. While on a charitable mission to Isari village, the acting viceroy and her personal guard came under attack from Confederate forces. This brazen, unconscionable act cannot and will not go unanswered. As loyal subjects of the Empire, who enjoy her safety and prosperity, you have a duty to defend her as well. There is no cause for alarm. We have no intention of sending ill-trained fodder to the front line.
But
Those who are selected will be expected to perform rudimentary tasks, cleaning and maintenance and so forth. You will serve only as long as you are needed. Afterwards, you'll be free to return to your homes. You first.
The Empire has no pressing need of cleaners. This is but a thinly veiled attempt to intimidate those who supported the Confederacy's actions, and isolate any whose loyalty they already suspect.
And lastly, you. That should suffice for now.
Don't worry. I will be back before you know it. Listen to the elders while I'm away, and do not play outside the village. Everything is going to be fine. I love you, all right? Remember that I love you.
We thank you for your cooperation. Rest assured that this will all be over very soon, once the Confederacy has been made to pay our own ruby tithe.
There's no telling what might happen to those people. We have to help them.
And we shall, but before all else, I will track these men.
ah, damn it!
Will you help me?
I accidentally skipped it.
Guess you'll have to check your event.
Yep. Must needs ascertain destination. Doubt this is the first village the Guardians have visited, nor is it like to be the last. Okay.
Pray return to our headquarters and tell the others what you saw here. Should we have need of reinforcements, I would know that they are ready.
But I should be going with you. I came here to fight!
Soon enough, Lise. Soon enough. For now, we must proceed with caution.
I know that. I do. It's just... when I saw them rounding those people up... Look, if anything happens, anything at all, you'd better call for us. I mean it, Yugiri. Anything at all.
Regardless of what the officer claimed, I fear they have crueler designs for these people. With me, Green, we must hurry. Given the circumstances, we must make every effort to refrain from needless violence. Here, it is a shinobi's tool for when a more discreet approach is required. Use it with these dots. They are coated with an alchemical reagent that induces a deep sleep. There are soldiers patrolling the road ahead. No, I accidentally added extra words. Why did I do that? Were circumstances different, we could engage them directly, but for the villagers' sake, we dare not risk it. We will use our blowguns to incapacitate them. For a shinobi such as you, this should prove no challenge. Nevertheless, practice is in order. There, the soldier on the hill below. Take aim and fire. If the dart finds its mark, he should fall within moments. Search your surroundings for the Imperial soldier. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target the soldier with and use the blowgun with left click. Oh yeah, I did this with the coaching tribe rank up quest earlier.
Oh, cool.
Just casually using this man as practice target. Well done, my friend. Now, give me your map. There's a vantage point from which you may observe and fire upon the other soldiers. Worry not. I shall be with you every step of the way, keeping watch for other patrols. We shall speak again on the other side of the river.
Oh, it looked. One of them looks like they're waving. They're really just like fanning themselves with their hand, but it legit looks like they're waving.
I see that one. Well, luckily they're not staring in each other's directions.
Yeah.
We hitman now. Well, good thing that guy didn't fall down forwards into the broken bridge.
It says across the river, but I don't think we can use the bridge to cross.
You can just run across it.
Yeah, it still sucks though. I want to use the bridge.
The last Imperial soldier crumples to the ground, asleep. You put away your blowgun and prepare to rejoin Yukiri. Excellent work, Green. They appear to be none the wiser. The villagers are being held in a castrum to the south, Fluminous. Once it was a base of operations for the Gallian occupation, until 10 or so years ago when they relocated to Doma Castle. Now the castrum serves as little more than a storage facility. I spy 2 sentries near the gate. As you have proven yourself to have impeccable aim, I would ask you to incapacitate them. This very hill should afford you a clear shot. What was that?
Pew pew, pew 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 pew.
Yes. The 2 sentries slumber side by side. No other appears to be forthcoming. Fine work, Green. Oboro would be proud. The way is clear. Let us move closer and see what has become of the villagers. Man, I gotta have to do an Imperial speaking through a tin can voice. Sir, the on from the other villagers are assembled for inspection. Very good. I will address them personally. Attention! Shortly you will all be transported to the facility on the distant shore. Your duties, as you have been previously informed, will be rudimentary in nature. More specifically, you will be tasked with the repair and maintenance of various arms and armaments, as well as Magitech devices. Magitech? But we're farmers. I don't know the first thing about magitech. It takes us months, if not years, to learn how to do that kind of work. The material in question was damaged when your kith and kin rose up in rebellion. Therefore, you bear the responsibility for its repair. If you cannot perform your duties, you will learn how. And if you cannot learn how, then your villagers may find themselves at the mercy of the Confederacy and other radical elements. Is that what you want? Deal with this rabble. I am needed at the castle. This is no temporary measure. Those men and women will die in servitude. Once they are taken to the other facility, it will be too late. If we are to intervene, we must do so now. Agreed? Then let us be about it. Despite the urgency of the situation, we must still proceed with the utmost caution to ensure the safety of the villagers. To wit, we must infiltrate the castrum without raising the alarmum. Alarmum? That's a weird spelling of it. Probably Old English or something. I will deal with any soldiers that near the entrance. Stand watch for others approaching from the north until you hear my signal. For mercy, you spy no Imperial patrols bound for the castrum. A hawk's cry pierces the silence. Yugiri is waiting. Speak softly, lest the others hear us. What of the outside? That is good. We may proceed as planned. These ones will not soon wake, however, the others are too close to the villagers. Incapacitating them as I did these ones is far too risky. Fortunately, a solution presents itself. I would have you disguise yourself as an Imperial soldier and convince them that a changing of the guard is in order. You have your pick of uniforms.
Good, I'm not spoilering. Hi.
Hi. You have your pick of uniforms. They shall not protest.
I made a mistake of choosing the right size from the beginning. You should check out the Lalafell first.
Okay. I think the wearer of this uniform might force you to confront certain uncomfortable realities better left unexplored. This uniform far too large for you to wear comfortably. This uniform appears to be more or less your size. With all due care and consideration, you relieve the sleeping soldiers of the uniform. You have chosen one to your liking, then. Excellent. I shall hide these ones where none will find them. All sleeping beauties have been laid to rest in their bunks. Oh, and while I was in the barracks, I had happened upon these spare uniforms, in case the items in your possession are not to your liking. Got Uwagi, Hakama, and Choka number 55. This Kabuto and Teko should match the Uwagi, Hakama, and Choka in your possession.
I assume the extra uniform bags are in case you try to soft lock yourself with a Fantasia.
Either that or if
Or
you
I guess
toss
that
it
would
away.
be hard lock.
Yeah.
Ah.
And with that, you have a full set. I am sure that once you change, it will seem as though it was bespoke. You will need to give your soldiers guarding the villagers a proper Imperial salute to complete the deception and convince them to come here, where I'll be waiting to deal with them. You know, if I had a guild for every time I had to dress up as an Imperial to fool them, I would have exactly 2 gil. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
I guess it's favorite plot point.
Is it time already? Not that I'm complaining, mind, but I thought the others would be gone longer. Changing of the guard, is it? About bloody time. But just looking at these on is making me depressed. Reminds me of when I was in their shoes, pissing myself in fear. These ones shall sleep soundly along with the others. And with that, there are no more soldiers to trouble us. You can dispose of that accursed uniform too. It is time to guide the villagers to freedom.
Listen to me, all of you. We have dealt with the Imperials for now, but you must flee this place, quickly.
Dealt with them? Oh no. You didn't kill them, did you?
Are you mad? There's no escaping the Empire. Running will only make it worse.
To stay is to die. You know this to be true. Even if you lack the will to fight, surely you have the will to live! Or has that, too, been beaten out of you? Is this what has become of Doma?
You were Lord Hien's retainer, trained to fight without fear and obey without question. Well, we're not. We're lost and afraid. We hate this, all of this, but we can't do a damn thing to change it. And trying will only make it worse. It's a pathetic existence, but it's all we got. And when people like you come here pretending it can be different, it doesn't help, all right?
Peace, boy. Peace. She came to help, and for that we should be grateful.
Elder, your face.
We all have scars. Some too many to bear. Too many battles. Too much lost, our friends, our family, even our liege. We who survived are forced to bend the knee, to sell our souls and surrender our dignity. How are we to lift our heads when this shame weighs so heavily upon us? Your courage, your resolve, they are as salt in our wounds.
If they only knew what you would do for them, my lord. You have made your plight clear, and I shall impose my will no more. But know this, brothers and sisters of Doma. For all you have suffered, for all the horror and the ignominy, you are still here. You are still alive. My lord prays you value your life as highly as he does. As for me, I swear by all the Kami in creation that I will free you from this torment, no matter the cost.
If the Imperials come for me, I will tell them we were tricked by an Ori woman.
Tell them whatever you must, to keep your loved ones safe.
Why would you... After everything...
Apologies, Green. I was lost in thought. Mayhap they have the right of it. Mayhap we are fools for urging them to rise once more. Yet I believe, I have to believe, that in the heart of hearts they still... Now is not the time. We must finish what we started. I have in my possession a powerful medicine that befuddles the mind and memories. We must administer it to soldiers ere they awake. The medicine will leave the soldiers confused and unable to clearly recall recent events. They will suspect that they fell asleep at their post and be reluctant to discuss it with others. It is not more than a temporary measure, but we dare not kill them for the sake of the villagers. Tend to the last two I put to sleep. I shall see to the others.
Forgive me for making you search. It calms me, the sound. It helps me to remember the sway of the ocean when I close my eyes. Despite the many great and noble things I said, in truth I am not of Doma. I was born beneath the waves of the Ruby Sea. To think that you were there, that you even spoke with my mother and father. They are in good health, then. The knowledge is of great comfort to me. That I might have the strength to protect my home from the Empire, I left to learn the secrets of the shinobi. Day and night we trained, ever striving to exceed our mental and physical limits. After a time, my skills were recognized, and I was dispatched to assist the Doman Liberation Front. It was then that I met Lord Kaien and his son, and their loyal samurai, Gosetsu. Good men all, brave and true, so clear their eyes, so pure their purpose. Any shinobi would have been proud to serve them and Doma. But, in the end, I will always be of the sea. Every day, I pray for my home and for the people I left behind, that they might be spared the wages of war and live in peace, untouched by this madness. I confessed this to Lord Hien once. Do you know what he said to me? He said, "Good. We are better for the conviction of our allies, and draw inspiration from their example. What is weak alone may together grow stronger." Never did I lose faith in them. Even when all was lost and I led our people to Eorzea, I clung to the belief that our dream would one day be realized. But when I gazed into those eyes bereft of hope, When those broken men balked at liberty, the dream was shattered.
Together we are strong and we must carry on.
That you remain resolute even in the face of everything we have seen. It heartens me more than you know. Thank you for standing by this naive fool. An Imperial airship. It is bound for Doma Castle. Quickly, we must rejoin the others.
Come, come. We must tell others of this airship or... We must tell others of the airship or hear what they know of it.
There you are. What happened? Are the villagers all right?
We freed them, along with many others. Gosetsu, we spied an airship bound for the castle. Know you aught of it?
Aye, that we do. The Crown Prince is come to Doma.
We suspect this is a result of recent events in Girabania. Our defeat notwithstanding, there appears to be some concern in Garlemald that subversive elements may be rallying in other provinces. Though Yotsuyu governs Doma, Xenos remains the province's anointed viceroy, and it would seem he has come to assess the current situation in person.
If Xenos is here, we must seize this opportunity and kill him.
Would that it were so simple, Lady Yugiri. You may recall that we encountered Xenos at Rolga's Reach. We have seen firsthand what he can do. His power defies explanation. He faced the Alliance, the Resistance, and the Scions, and he defeated us all.
I think I should just take inspiration from waffle recipes, like waffle cone recipes.
We survived and learned from the experience, it is true. But if we are to defeat him, it will not be through simple opportunism. We will require a flawless plan.
We know his strengths. A prodigious swordsman trained from childhood by the finest Imperial tutors, reputed to be without equal on the battlefield, which is why we must not meet him there. Nay, we keep to the shadows, the domain of the shinobi, and thence we strike. You need only give me the chance.
Were this but a matter of personal revenge, I would not presume to bar your path, for I myself crave that same vengeance. But to draw steel against the Emperor's son is a grave decision, and one that will shape our nation's future. Do not forget Lord Hien's words.
What, that we should sheathe our swords if the people lack the will to fight? I will not squander this opportunity. If we do naught, our master's life is forfeit.
Even should you succeed, Xenos' death will not win Doma her freedom. More likely, her doom. Can we defend our people against the Empire's retribution? We few against a legion? Do not be a fool, child!
Mayhap I am a fool with foolish dreams of a future that will never be. But I cannot, I will not forsake them!
Yugiri, wait!
What now?